Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first week of Advent. I hope that you have found moments this week to pray and to thank God and to stay awake to all God's mercies and goodness in your life and in the world. And maybe you've also pulled out some of your Christmas decorations. Today, not only do I have the Advent wreath from the Advent box that Fairmount created, but I also have a very old nativity set. I have several, but this one is one that we made as a family 25 years ago in our first call in Roswell, New Mexico. And we thought, as associate pastors, it would be a great idea if everyone made their own nativity set out of clay. It took forever. But that night we all gathered for pozole, which is a southwestern stew with green chilies. And we made nativity sets, freestyle. So I'll never be able to throw it away because of that memory, even though there are times I've considered it. And I always think that my Joseph looks a little bit like an alien, which you'll understand if you know anything about Roswell. But the other reason that I keep it around is because of what it's made of. It's made of clay. And I'm not a potter, an artist, so the act of shaping clay was new to me, other than the Play-Doh from when I was little. And I just loved being able to shape it and mold it and fix the mistakes and reshape it. And this past Sunday, we read from Isaiah 64. And at the end of that passage, Isaiah 64, maybe verse 7 or 8, Isaiah says, "Oh God, we are the clay and you are the potter. We are all the work of your hand." And that's an amazing affirmation of the way that God shapes us throughout our lives, molds us through our circumstances. And I'm pretty sure God does it freestyle as well. That image of clay and potter is repeated in Jeremiah, in Romans, and also in Paul's letter in 2 Corinthians. And in the letter in 2 Corinthians, I particularly like that one, especially for our circumstances now and what it says about being clay. So I'm just going to read you a few verses. Paul writes, "We have this treasure in clay pots so that the awesome power belongs to God and doesn't come from us. We are experiencing all kinds of trouble, but we aren't crushed. We are confused, but we aren't depressed. We are harassed, but we aren't abandoned. We are knocked down, but we aren't knocked out. We always carry Jesus' death around in our bodies so that Jesus' life can also be seen in our bodies." That image of clay pots, they're sturdy, but they're breakable too. And there are times where we can break one another's hearts, where we need to ask forgiveness, that we can break God's heart. And we need to ask God to be reshaped and reformed according to the image of Christ, because we do have this treasure, this power of God at work in these very humble bodies. I hope that this week, as you stay awake to all God's blessings, that you will also be mindful of the way that God is shaping you. Sturdy, durable, but breakable too. So be careful with your soul. Watch over those around you, your loved ones. Pray for one another. May we all stay awake, lighting our candles, alert to God's work and the blessings in this world. A sturdy hope for all of us. God bless you. Happy Advent.